Welcome back to the podcast. On today's episode, Ashley Khalipa and I, we are going to be talking about a few different things. We'll see how much time we have. We're going to be talking about our HYROX experience a little bit, diving into an annual fundraiser we do called Ava's Kitchen. It's her fundraiser. And then talking about her new venture as a travel agent, travel concierge, travel extraordinaire. She absolutely kills it. And she's really, it's been fun for watching. Now she's finishing up getting ready. So I thought I would just jump on just real quick before Ashley comes in here. For those of you who are watching us on camera, you're like, dude, where's Ashley? She's getting ready. So while she's getting ready, I want to talk about the Train Hard Men's Club briefly and all the new clubs we brought on. And something I want to start doing on social media is at the end of each week, just sharing like, hey, this is just our week in review. This is what we've accomplished this week for the Train Hard Men's Club, and keeping you guys up to date on that. But last week was a huge week for the Men's Club. I wanted to welcome here on our podcast our new partners through the Train Hard Men's Club. And for those of you who don't know, the Train Hard Men's Club, we've been doing it every week now for almost 3 years in a parking lot here in Los Gatos. We now are, getting other clubs on board. About 90 days ago, we're like, look, let's just get other clubs on board and create this network where we could kind of be anchors for each other, pull each other up. There's no money being exchanged. It's completely free, whatever. So anyways, last week we had Colombia, Venezuela, UK, Australia, and another one come in the US. And we're just watching these clubs continue to pop up. So if you feel inspired to go out there and put on workouts for guys, right? If you feel like, dude, I want to get a group of guys around me, just go in a parking lot, a parking garage, whatever it is, and go crush a workout, just go to our website. The link is in the podcast show notes. Go in there, use one of the workouts, text some friends, and just go train hard and get after it, and then go grab coffee after it. I'm telling you, it's going to be incredibly impactful on your life, just like it has been on my life. But I wanted to give you guys an update on where we're at on the men's clubs. We have officially 46 of them. Oh, here she is. We have officially 46 clubs. And so if you haven't already checked out our map, make sure to do that as well. And without any further ado, here's Ashley Khalipa in the house. Ashley's about to go golf, so that's why she looks like she's in golf. Liz is listening and watching this right now. She's probably like, all right. Liz is like a professional golfer.
I know, I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
I am not.
But
I enjoy it.
You enjoy it. So let's start off with let's start off with our HYROX experience. So I talked a little bit about this with MDV, and we were discussing HYROX. What was your impression of HYROX? What's Ashley's hot take on HYROX?
It was pretty much what I thought it was going to be. Ton of people, all different sizes, all different fitness levels, just like in a big, loud room doing a lot of shit. That's pretty much what it was.
Doing a lot of fitness.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of fitness.
Yeah.
And going into it, when I asked you, 6 months prior, whatever it was, I'm like, hey, I want to go do this. I want to go do this with our friends. And basically the pitch I gave Ashley for those, guys who are interested in trying to get their wives to do this, I'm like, hey, babe, look, let's go do this thing. And then afterwards, we're going to go out to dinner. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Let's get our friends involved. You didn't say no right off the bat.
You didn't really pitch me first. You pitched our friends first, and you got them, my friends on board first, so that I couldn't say no to it.
Oh.
You got all of them to get excited about it. And then I was like, well, now I have to do it because they're doing it.
So that's the cheat code. So if you want to get your wife to go do something like that, you got to get all the friends excited about it. And then all of a sudden, then she gets convinced to do it as well. But in all seriousness, you started running more. There had to be some pros from it. You said you wouldn't do it again, but you would do the relay. So
yeah.
What did you like about it?
Well, if it wasn't for all the running, I would have probably enjoyed it more. The problem is running is not my strong suit. I just don't like it, so I don't do a lot of it. I only do very short increments when I'm working out. It did make me run more, which sure, I guess that's a good thing. I still did not enjoy doing the training for it, but I got sick a lot in between. So I kind of had a lot of setbacks. So my running was not where I would have liked it to have been. But if the running was even half of that amount, if it was half that amount, because the running was, it's very difficult for me. I wanted to keep all my energy for the runs. So then I hardly was able to participate on all the things I actually would have wanted to participate in that I actually am decent at, right? Like there was a lot of the, rowing or even like the sandbag lunges. Like there's certain things like I really wanted to help with and do, but I just knew if I did it, my run would get even worse. And so I couldn't really I was pretty much just running and you were doing everything else for the most part. Like I helped a little bit, but so it was just like all I did was run, which is not fun at all.
Hey, you locked up those wall balls at the end, but in all seriousness, so for for us in each of the couples, so we did it with three other couples, three other couples.
Yeah.
Each couple kind of approached it in a different way. Some couples 50-50, some couples whatever. For us, I think we were trying to get like a decent time, and so I basically supported on the obstacles, and then we ran together. If we did it again, I'm not saying you want to, but if we did, would you have done any different?
Probably not.
Yeah. So
I
then
just because of my running, you saw the last 2 runs of mine, I was running pretty slow. I was like,
here's a hot take. Ashley's heart rate for an hour and 42 minutes, right? No,
well, the race itself was
20
1:20
something. Yeah.
something. And then I put it on right when we were in the
Corral.
like corral right before it. So I don't know, that was maybe 5.
There you go. You got to talk
Oh,
in there.
sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 minutes more. So like, yeah, like over an hour and a half.
So we were in the corral, right? And no, your average heart rate, you kept at a heart rate of, I think your heart rate was 142 for like 2 hours or something like that. It was like something crazy. We're in this corral and, they're kind of like getting everybody ready before the run and the energy's right. Like you got the DJ going and then Ashley's sitting there, she has her Apple Watch on and her heart rate was like at 70. And then all of a sudden, like they have like a countdown clock, and what your heart rate went like higher and higher and higher. And like before we started, I want to say it was like at 110. We hadn't even done anything.
Yeah, I think it was at 110. And they said like I read stuff saying like warning you like when you're in the corral, whether you like it or not, like it's your heart rate is going to spike because you're just like it's the energy that's in there and they're counting it down and like you're ready to go. Yeah.
And so they put on that John Cena, dun 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 dun, like that John Cena song. And like I look at her, I'm like Ashley, take it easy. Like, but I just want to say, like, for you and for our friends and something that for all the guys and the ladies listening is like, the reason why I wanted to do this is because oftentimes as you get older with your spouse, you don't do things like this. For each of the couples we did this with, none of them had ever done anything physical like this with their spouse.
No.
So it's cool to be basically 40 and to be together since we were 15 and to go do something new. Like that was really cool for me. And through the process, I think you learn a lot about each other. I think frankly, I mean, not that like it was like the craziest thing in the world, but it allowed us to kind of like connect over something different. We got to go experience it with our friends. Like there was a lot of positive. I know it was hard. It was a lot already, but for me, it was great because we were able to connect and go do something that we haven't done together in 25 years together. Like that's cool to be able to do that at 40.
Yeah.
And so the way that you got convinced was that I got your friends on board.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's the way to do it. That's the secret.
That was for me, I guess. But I knew you wanted to do it too. So I was also doing it.
Yeah, but you got better at running in the process. Like,
did I?
I think
I don't know if I got better
at
running in the process.
I think you did. I think you did.
It makes me want to. I've been purposely running more though. Every time I work out, I try to get in a half mile run because I don't want to be so terrible at running. I'm not saying I want to do that specifically again, but I would like to feel better when I run, not like I'm going to die every single time. I've been trying to like put that into my workouts every single day now.
Yeah, we saw some people get pretty cooked.
I know. Yeah. Well, they were probably running a lot faster than me. I'm
just checking. There was this lady.
She was passed out.
There.
Sorry.
Yeah, tell us the story about the lady who passed out.
Well, just a lady passed out right in front of us.
Yeah. Some of these people, man, they go hard. And like Ash and I are running and like we were like, we were going fine. And this lady right in front of us, like, I mean, I stopped because I thought we were going to have to lift her over the fence.
Yeah, but they had people.
But
There's medics everywhere. I
yeah,
mean, every time we would run around, there'd be a new person on the side grabbing their calf,
there was
screaming in pain.
there was a lot of
There's somebody rolled out in a wheelchair with their like
no.
leg, so there's a lot of, I think, muscle cramping that happens like just very badly.
Yeah, I think the what I told the group, and I think that I would encourage anybody to do this, is like start getting in your miles, time on your feet going into it. Have some type of game plan with your partner and be a good training partner. I think that all the group that we did it with, I thought did a really good job of coming together as a couple and like not like being crazy. Like are some couples that could probably like create some conflict. I think our couples came together through the experience. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would say that what's critical, what I told the group, and I'll share this with you guys, is when you go do it, I think there's just two rules. Rule number one, go slower than you think to start. And rule number two, you got to get in some type of carbohydrate halfway through. Like those two things. And aside from that, I think you just let it, the groups that we were with said that the carbohydrate helped.
Yeah.
You said you didn't necessarily feel a difference, but yeah.
I'm hard. A lot of things I don't really feel the effects of. So maybe it did. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
But that would be my recommendation is like identify something that's like right on the fringe for you, your wife, your couple. See if you can convince them to do it and then be super supportive along that process and try and get some friends in the mix. I think the friends, do you think you would have done it if we hadn't had any friends doing it?
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
It's just helpful. It's just nice to have, especially like, I'm doing this with him who's extremely fit. I'm not even near his level. And so to be with other people that are similar fitness levels to me, so I didn't feel like I was the only, slower one or whatever. I felt like we had friends that were at least like all on similar levels, like as me at least.
Yeah.
So I knew it wasn't going to be, I'm going to be an hour past everybody else or something. Cause I don't like to, I'm very competitive. So I would not have wanted to be like the last one or something.
People think that I'm competitive. Actually, the truth is Ashley is 10 times more competitive than I am. And so don't mess with
Yeah.
Ashley. Speaking of competition, over the last 10 years almost, Ashley has locked in every year and planned basically a wedding every year for the last 9 years. And this year, Ava's Kitchen is March 28th. Tickets are on sale right now. And I really want to dive into this. This is really, really important to me and to Ashley and our family. Ava's Kitchen is an annual fundraiser that supports pediatric cancer. And I would love to have you guys come and enjoy the food, the ambiance, the environment, the live auction. It's absolutely incredible. So tell us about Ava's Kitchen. We could,
We're
yeah,
done. Yeah. So I started Ava's Kitchen. The first year was 2017. Ava got diagnosed with leukemia 2016. Once we were in the hospital, once we saw everything, knew I wanted to do something to raise money for pediatric cancer because we saw these families and these children, a lot of them don't make it. A lot of them don't have the money to really help their kids do anything fun outside of the hospital. All they're worried about is paying for their kid to get better. And so, we saw all of this. We saw what we were able to do for Ava, take her on, short little trips, anything that would just make her happy and forget about the hospital. And so that's kind of where the idea is we want to raise money, pediatric cancer, but specifically to create memories for families that are going through pediatric cancer. And not only the child going through it, but also siblings, right? That's really important because we had Kaden and, they're going through a lot too, whether they're not sick, but they see it all and they have to be going through all the things we are. So we met Eric Reese and his family a couple months in through a mutual friend. They have the Jessie Reese Foundation. Their daughter, Jessie, had passed away from brain cancer a couple of years before that. And so they continued her legacy of wanting to bring joy to kids with cancer. And they've went above and beyond now what, the joy jars that they started with. Now they do so much for kids. So we teamed up with them. We have a fund within their foundation called the Ava's Kitchen Fund. So everything we raise goes directly into this fund. And we collaborate of how do we want to use that money? Where is it going to go specifically? And, we get a say in every dollar that gets used towards the kids. So it started 2017, partnered with Michael Mina, who's a chef. He has restaurants all over the world. He's a good friend of ours. He really has supported us through all of the years. It wouldn't happen without him.
For
He,
sure.
gives his time, his resources, all different things. And it's really developed over the years. It's shifted from place to place, different places. We have a great place now, Mountain Winery in Saratoga, that we did last year. That was amazing. So we'll be there again this year. We've raised, close to $4 million over. This will be our 9th year, so over 8 years, we've raised almost $4 million just with one night. It's very small and intimate, around 120. We have 4 celebrity chefs, we have plated meals, we have entertainment. It's just a very different type of charity event than people are used to.
Mm.
People are used to galas that are 800 people, and you don't know anybody, and it's not necessarily as I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know what you're going to get. The food is going to
Yeah,
be, hey, do you want
beef or
steak, chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a very food forward event for people who love good food. You get plated meals every year. It's different because the chefs each make their own dish, and that's how you get the 4 different meals. You have wine pairings. We have Testarossa this year, and they also were here last year doing our wine pairings. So it's a really great experience. People love it. We have so many people that
It's a
keep
party.
coming every year, and it tends to be like a big family. Like everyone comes together, and it's just a really fun event. Of course, it's for a great cause. We talk a lot about what we do, but in between, people are having a good time. People are, breaking bread together and just talking, sharing. People sometimes people don't see each other until the next year, right? Because they might not run in the same circles, but they're the same people a lot of times that come, and so it's kind of like a little reunion too. But it's a really, really cool event. It's different. And it's just really special. You could feel the love in the room every year, I feel like. So it
Yeah.
just makes it extra special.
Yeah. I mean, Ashley's done an incredible job. If you guys are interested in doing something from a philanthropic perspective, I would highly, highly recommend this event. This event, again, as Ashley mentioned, we originally got connected to the Jesse Reese Foundation, and they start off with these joy jars, and we actually received one in the hospital. And where the money goes, and Ashley alluded to this, is we have multiple, so every penny that we raise goes into this fund, and then we do all kinds of stuff. Hope for
We do breakaway adventures. So it all started with breakaway adventures because the most important thing we did with Ava and what she loved the most was these small trips. Like I was saying, whether it was an hour away or just down the road, whatever it was, like it got her out of the house. It got her out of the hospital. Like, whatever you could do within your limits of how sick your child is, of course. Sometimes it's a baseball game that we send people to. It could be as
we do a
simple
lot
as
of
that.
Disney.
A lot of Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one we do. A couple of days at Disneyland and everything is paid for. We do Hope for the Holidays, which every December we pick 100 families through the organization of people who have signed up through it. We go through nurses to confirm everything, but we just send them $1,000 checks. They get $1,000 check in the mail, and they use it however they want for the holidays. A lot of times, it buys their kids Christmas gifts. It
Yeah.
pays for their rent. They can
We've
use
gotten
it,
some cool stories about those.
yeah,
About that.
and then we do Fantastic,
Fantastic.
which is now this is going to be our 3rd year doing it. And it's just we invite 50 families and their siblings, everyone, and we rent a huge, beautiful space down in Southern California. And it's literally a kid's dream. They have every activity they could think of: photos, live music, a DJ. A lot of times, like the firefighters come and show up, and different people like that come, and they just have a day of fun. And there's no ask from them. They just literally get to show up and enjoy a day with other families who are going through the same thing. So parents can, kind of connect that way, and kids could just be kids that day. So that's another thing we do.
They talk about this idea of like you could fundraise for the care of the cure. And I think Eric Reese says this the best, who's the founder of the Jesse Reese Foundation. He says he hopes to get put out of business. And because the people who are doing the cure do such a great job. But what their organization is focused on is the care. And what Ashley and I noticed while being in the hospital for many, many months is that sometimes you just need like a little break. And we were very blessed in our life to have things line up where we were able to go do that. But I remember, I mean, these memories are baked in my mind where we would go to, for example, the Ritz-Carlton Half Moon Bay, for example, was about 20 minutes away from the hospital. And we had to stay within like, what was it, a 30-minute-mile radius? Or
Something
30?
like 30, yeah, somewhere around 30
Yeah,
miles.
because if you spiked the temperature, you had to go back to the hospital. But I remember specifically, like this hotel really made us feel special. And we were able to provide that to Ava where she went there and she just had a moment away from the needles and the chemo and the garbage and whatever. And I think that allowing that for other families is really what we originally felt compelled by. And I think that where that's leaned in even more is this hope for the holidays. You know, it's shocking the amount of messages we get from people where $1,000 check for some people listening to this, for many people listening to this, is like, oh, it's $1,000. Like that's real money. Like, okay. But for some people, like that's the difference between them paying for gas to get to the hospital. That's the difference between them being able to get any type of gifts for their kids. And we've heard these
Oh,
stories
yeah. Over and over.
over and over. And like there was that family from Gilroy that we were paying for their gas for a while. But anyways, if you guys are on the fence about a philanthropic effort for 2026, I would highly encourage you guys to check out Ava's Kitchen. The seats are $1,000 a piece. All fundraising goes directly to the cause we're talking about. And you're going to have the best food and the best party of your life. That's what it is. It's you show up, you have the best food. You have top chefs, Michelin star restaurant chefs. You have, I mean, these guys are like world class.
Yeah.
And Adam Sobel and his team do a great job. And then we just dance and party and celebrate. But of course, there's a live auction and we're there for a cause, but it's like a cause with a twist. You know what I mean? Like, because we've been to a lot of fundraisers and sometimes they're not as great.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're great, you know.
Yeah,
but this is a really good time, and I think with Ava's Kitchen, so this year it's at the Mountain Winery, which is a concert venue, right?
I mean, multiple different things. They have wine tasting during the week, and then they have events all year long. But yes, that's during the summer. It's a full concert venue. So summertime, I don't know when they start, in maybe April or May, their concerts, but they have awesome. It's an amphitheater style, but all outdoors concert. It's
the best.
Beautiful. And it like overlooks all of San Jose. It's like up high on a hill. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful spot.
And that morning we will be hosting a men's club workout. So if you've been interested in coming to Los Gatos or San Jose for a men's club workout and you've been seeing this stuff online, that morning we host a special one. We normally have a lot of people because anybody who's coming in town for this event, which I have a lot of, friends that come in for this, we all come in for a workout that morning. So if you're like, dude, I've been wanting to go out and check out the Train Hard Men's Club. And by the way, I want to support a really good cause and have a great party with my wife or whoever it is you want to bring. This is the perfect time to do it. March 28th, 2026. And
and the website's avaskitchen.net.
But yeah, we changed it. That's right.
Yes.
So someone stole Ashley's website.
Domain.
Someone stole Ashley's domain. So we were there and for some reason the credit card didn't go through or whatever it was. And this person, like, how much they wanted to sell it to you? Is that what it was? No.
Yeah, I didn't get alerted somehow. For some reason, it didn't send to my email that the credit card that we had fraud on it, and I didn't change it. I forgot. And I never was alerted that the payments weren't going through for the monthly thing. So GoDaddy just let it go. And within 12 hours, the next morning I wake up, I was like, boy, that's not working anymore. Somebody snagged it and then wanted me to go through GoDaddy to buy it back. And I said, no.
Ava's Kitchen, avaskitchen.net. Ashley put her foot down, was like, no, that's money for the kids. So, avaskitchen.net. We'll go ahead and put that in the podcast show notes. So if you are interested, I would strongly encourage you guys to come out. If you are a listener of the podcast, you decide to come, hit us up, let us know. And we'll definitely, have you guys show up at the morning workout, go grab some coffee, grab some breakfast, and then later on that night, party it up at the Mountain Winery. So Ashley's getting ready to go golf today. But before we get you into your, you're getting pretty good at golfing, by the way.
I'm trying.
Before we get her off there, I want to talk about this new venture. So when Ash and I first got together, well, I was in high school, but after college, Ashley worked for a bit, and then she started helping us with the gyms. Then we had kids, and things changed, and Ava got sick, and just a lot of things have happened over the last however many years. But as of recently, she's became a travel advisor, and I want to just bring it up on this podcast because I didn't understand what a travel advisor can do until I've been married to one. Here's the deal. I feel like it's a cheat code. I feel like it's a cheat code because the consumer pays the same amount and they get a bunch of perks and they don't pay you anything. It's like,
sometimes they pay me something.
well, okay.
It depends how much I'm doing for them.
Okay. But let's just let
if it's basic and I'm just booking your, flights and hotel and I'm not doing a ton of research and it's pretty basic like that, I don't charge anything. If I'm doing full itineraries where I'm doing excursions and transportation and the whole trip, then I do charge a minimal fee.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that. So tell me, why did you decide? The reason why I wanted to bring this up on the podcast is that after all these years, right? Why did you decide? I mean, obviously, it would be nice to make some extra money, but like, why did you decide to get into travel after what, however many years, not like formally working aside from the home? I mean, obviously, kids are getting older, but like, what drew you to it? Because it seems like it's your passion that's driving you to it, which I think is really cool to hear.
I've done it for since college, I guess. Since we started traveling in college, I've been doing. I love to research places and dining and like everything.
That time in Miami where we got stuck at that hotel.
Okay, that's different. I've always loved to plan travel for us, friends, family. It's just like I absolutely love it, and it's just something I've always done myself. Over the years, I've looked at. My mom actually used to be a travel agent for corporations, and I thought that was kind of the only way to do it is you have to, work at an agency in person. It's kind of dead. So I was like, I'll just do it on my own.
Right.
For years and years. And then, even a couple of years ago, I remember looking into, can I be just an independent travel advisor? How can I do this? And there wasn't really anything when I looked, and that was probably like 6 years ago. There wasn't much in that other than like, you have to go to an agency, you have to go through all this training and everything. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And then I was like, okay, let me look again last year because it just came up again. I figured there has to be something.
Oh, that's the one that it came across your Instagram, right?
Me and you were talking. I was like, there has to be something out there.
I swear they're listening to us.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
That I can do travel independently at home under like an agency or somebody else. And so we talked about it. And then on Instagram, For a Travel comes up, and I was like, it literally said like, these are the things that we do. It was exactly what I was saying. It was so weird.
Yeah. It's like,
it was very odd.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, let me look into it. And it was exactly what I was asking for. It's a travel agency. They have brick and mortar. They're in New York City, but they allow you to be your own independent travel advisor underneath them, right? So you pay them a monthly fee, but they give you all the tools you need. You have your own portal. You have everything, literally like all the tools and more, and customer service and everything. And so I was like, yeah, let me just try it out. Maybe it's not as great as it sounds.
Yeah.
It's as great as it sounds for me.
Isn't that
because
crazy
it just all I needed was the tools and the platform to be able to go and do this for other people. That's all I needed. And they give you all of that. And it makes it so easy for me to create all these itineraries and create everything and look up things easy. And it's just the portal gives you all the partners they have. So then you get I get people all these perks through using my portal that they're paying either less or the same exact price as if they book straight to the hotel, except I'm getting all these extras for them, $100 credits and upgrades and early check, all this
Dude, it's
stuff.
the best thing for me because I figure if you're in this game for a long time, we're going to be old cruising around different countries and getting all these perks.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting how technology has enabled something like that, right? We talk about technology is great to be able to do what we're doing right now, but it also causes a lot of, obviously, like we were even talking earlier about just where the country's at, because we do a lot of work with Customs and Border Protection and how social media and whatever can be dividing. But this is a great example of how the speaker was listening to you. And now it drew you to something that's really giving you a lot of fulfillment. Like I watch you do these things and it's like, it's super cool. And so I wanted to bring it up here on the show because I think it's just a really good example of like, dude, there's a lot of different things you could do for work and outside of work that could bring you a ton of fulfillment. This is one of them for you. And I think it's awesome. I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
And you're really good at it.
And I love doing it. So it's exciting, to be able to do this for other people and be able to get them, special stuff. I love doing it. So
Ashley's been getting a lot of signs lately. She's been, are you still seeing the 911?
Yes.
So Ashley was talking, and this is really interesting because obviously you guys know I've been on a faith journey for the last couple of years, reading the Bible every morning and whatnot. Ashley and I, we don't really talk about it that much. It's just kind of like, it's all good. It's just, we don't really, but she's like, dude, I keep seeing 911. And I thought that was like a bad thing, right? And then you were not freaking me out or whatever, but then you went and did some research, and so did I, because you kept seeing it over and over and over again. But it makes me feel like, obviously, when your phone's listening to you and you find this, or it makes me feel like, dude, there's something pulling at you right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the 911? You keep seeing.
Well, the 911, the 911 on the clock, yes. But now it's like everything 11.
No.
Yes. Now it's like I swear every time I look at the clock.
11:11?
It's something, but it's like 3:11. Like 11 is in.
I wonder what 11 is. Because
the same thing. The 11, the 11 is, it's like a angel number or something like that. It's some kind of like thing. 11 is like one of the angel number or something like that. I don't know, but it keeps popping up. And I mean, I don't know. Pitbull came right after I saw 9/11, and then literally a minute later, he announced his tour, and he's coming to Shoreline. So I don't know.
So Ashley calls me. She's like, "I have the best news ever," and I'm like, she goes, "I have the best news ever." I'm thinking like, okay, well, we've had our fair share. Like, what could that be? Because the best news ever. There's a lot of things I could have said that, and I was like in the back of my mind, like, all right, here we go. Like, we win the lottery, and our kids, whatever. She's like, Pitbull's coming to the Bay Area for your 40th birthday.
Yeah, June.
Yeah,
I turned 40 in June. And I've been I was like, all I want to do is see Pitbull for my 40th birthday. Like, that's like one of the things I wanted. And all he had was a European tour set for this year. And I was like,
Ashley was ready to go jump on a plane and go to.
No, I was like, I know he's come. I know he's going to do something. He has all like 6 months blocked out of nothing until Europe. So I knew something was coming. And then I said that earlier that morning. And then I looked at my watch, 9/11, and then I got the Ticketmaster pre-sale for Pitbull, and he's at Shoreline Amphitheater.
And then she called me saying she had the best news of our lives.
I just said,
I'm pretty sure you had the best news ever. Which would be best news of our lives.
For me, it was really great.
Yeah, it's really great news. Yeah, no, that's really good. We're going to make that special. We're going to go see Pitbull for Ashley's 40th birthday. Ashley's a big Pitbull fan. You've seen him 6 times.
Yeah.
I saw him once.
Yeah, sorry.
Dude, but it was good vibes. It was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you got to go golf, but I do want to make sure that we acknowledge. So Ava's Kitchen is March 28th. All the fundraising goes directly to the cause. We have a lot of checks and balances. Eric, the Jesse Reese Foundation is a 501(c)(3). It's all good. When you get your tickets, it goes directly to them. And yeah, I mean, we gotta let people know too about our Vegas adventures, because I think people need to start going to Vegas. Like Ash and I will go to Vegas. We went and saw Zach Brown Band, and then we ended up at this place called the Pinky Ring last week. The Pinky Ring was pretty legit. Awesome. Yeah, dude, they had this band that was like, what would you even call that band? Well, Bruno Mars band.
Yeah, if you've ever seen Bruno Mars perform, he has a full live band performing with him. And it's pretty much his band that plays at the Pinky Ring every night. And for like, short segments, and then in between as a DJ. But yeah, there's saxophone play. I mean, it's really, really cool.
Dude, Vegas, when we were young, we went to Vegas for Ashley's father's like a Vegas extraordinaire, and he took us there, and it was like the club and all that kind of stuff. And then as we got older, we didn't really go much. And my mom and dad would always tell me like, dude, Vegas is great. It has great food, great everything, great. And then you get kind of like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But now that, you know, you go through life and maybe you have some trials and some challenges and all you want to do is just go and have a good time. That's what Vegas can give you. We go there and we have a good time every probably, I mean, shit, if we had it our way, it would be like every 6 weeks. So go find your special place with your spouse. For us, lately, it's been Vegas. I know it sounds bad, but does it sound bad? It sounds kind
of.
Yeah, it sounds bad. We don't gamble.
No, we don't gamble. We go eat good food and we go dancing together.
Yeah, last time I think I lost $20 playing blackjack. But I mean, but the truth is, I think you got to find something with your spouse or with your significant other you can connect over, and whether that's HYROX, or going to Vegas or whatever it is, it's just doing things and having fun. I think is really important because life's going to come and kick you in the nuts a little bit, and if you're having fun in the process, at least you're going to be able to, you know, have a better relationship because of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ashley's got to go golf. She's going to go hit a eagle. She's going to go hit an eagle. I appreciate you guys for checking out the show. Thank you so much. Make sure to check out the podcast show notes for 3 things: Hard Men's Club, Ava's Kitchen, and of course, if you have any travel needs, you got to talk to Miss Ashley over here. She is going to get you some great perks and a great environment for wherever you end up going.
You just go to my Instagram.
Oh, she's looking for you.
Ashley Khalipa. I don't need followers, but I'm saying you could go to my Instagram and contact me through there. You could DM me, or I also have a client intake form that you can fill out through my Instagram. So.
All right. Well, on that note, keep training hard. Check out the podcast show notes, and let's get it.